visit some brother out on my call. This is the moment you're meant to know.
Well, hello there, sunflowers, and how are you guys today? Well, hopefully I don't sound congested, but I feel like I am. But sometimes that happens when I'm talking as I'm getting through this. Sadly, Mama Crone is still sick. Sorry, Mama Crone, for passing it on to you. And that's another reason why I have my glasses on. I know, rare appearance with me with glasses. However, just congestion, pressure around the eyes, it's just, let's just not irritate the eyes today. But I am still, apparently, the VMAs has kept me filled this week because I am here to talk about yet again somebody that was at the VMAs. If you haven't checked out my VMAs recap, please go check it out. It was literally like a crash course. And I talked about Ariana Grande as well. So now I'm here to talk about Jessica Simpson. Now, this was a delightful surprise because I'm not too familiar with Jessica Simpson except for her song "You're Irresistible." Yeah, that's pretty much the only song I know by her. But outside of that, I heard that that song came out maybe like 5 years before the last time she ever performed on stage and made music. So I'll say that was like mid her career. Um, and so she's coming back. B, I listened to what she has been releasing, I'll say within the last 6 months. I've listened to Savage, I listened to Fade, Use My Heart Against Me. Yes, Jessica, I love your voice. Your voice like really matured. I really love it. It still has that like whimsy, airy beautifulness, but you're like it's like a bit more like mature and sexy and a like more like adult if you get my vibe. Yeah, I enjoy her vocals. Her vocals are still good. I think I will actually listen to her music. Actually, I'm not even kidding. What I've listened and what she's released on YouTube, what her album Nashville, what is it? Actually, Nashville Canyon. There we go. I got stuck on the Nashville because I was wondering if she was born in Nashville, and she's not. But I digress. Tennessee, Texas, 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 Texas. That's where she's from. So she's from the South. But anyway, I digress. So when it comes to Jessica Simpson, she is releasing Nashville Canyon, and it's the first time that she's released music in 15 years. Also, it's going to be the first time that she's going to be back on stage in 15 years. Also, speaking about the VMAs and being back on stage in 15 years, speaking of about 15, 20 years ago, her and her sister, whose name I also forgot, Ashley, they were on the VMAs 20 years ago and they shared a stage. And this year on the VMAs, they just happened to share the stage. Throwback. Amazing. Like I said in the VMAs video, I'm just like, there was something about that night that was truly magical. And that's why I said at the beginning of this video, the VMAs has still kept me filled because now I'm here about Jessica Simpson. And I'm going to talk about Britney Spears too. Speaking of the VMAs and a whole bunch of tributes of going back in nostalgia and Britney Spears and returning back to the stage. But let me reel it back in. You see, all week. So with that being said, Jessica Simpson getting ready to release an album. I can't wait for it, honestly. I'm truly excited to see what she has to give us. Savage was beautiful. That actually just came out 4 days ago as the recording of this video. And she said that it is something that she has done different before. She usually feels as though she has to sing, but this time she just felt the music and let it flow through her, and girl, you delivered. I enjoyed it. What else? Yes, apparently at the VMAs too. Also, she talked about her relationship status and how she is still single. She wants people to respect privacy about her family matters. So I'm not sure what that means about her and her ex-husband, Eric Johnson. Was that his name? Or her ex-husband, Eric, who was recently spotted together, I think recently, and fans were speculating if they were on good terms, getting back together. I don't know. But because of that, that was her way of trying to shut down those rumors and try not have people dive too much into her relationship. But she has said that she do find some people out there that are, excuse me, attractive. I'll say. I'm not sure if she said hot specifically. That's hot. But yeah, no. So that's how Jessica's feeling. Also, another thing, people were surprised by her face. Some people are wondering what happened to the old Jessica Simpson. Some people call her tight face. Other people are wondering why she looks different. I don't have much to say about it. Some people are feeling as though she has gotten a botched surgery. Now, y'all going a little bit too far with that one, but I totally get it. Botched just means it don't look good from your perspective. So yeah, that's another thing that's going on with Jessica Simpson. So that's everything that's going on with Jessica Simpson. And I just want to pull some cards to see what's going on with her. Oh, yes. Speaking of going back to her and her husband, I knew I was forgetting something. Speaking of going back on stage, her sister Ashley is doing a residency, and in support, I think this was just like a month or two ago, and in support of her sister doing her residency, she too, I think, joined the stage with her sister. But yes, she did, because she said that Eric has never seen her perform, but he's performed alongside of her, and he said that she was amazing and that she was in her element and all that good zhuzh. So because of that, it sounds like it's a really great time for Jessica Simpson to come back to music. Sounds like she has really found herself and that she's ready to bring something different to the table. She even said it herself in her part one of breaking down Nashville Canyon, saying that she just felt as though it was time for her to get back to music. And girl, honestly, I think it is. The moment feels right. The energy just seems to go right. And then, like I said, the VMAs, with it being special lunar eclipses, ending of cycles, and new chapters beginning, kind of like the old You is dead and gone, and now a new version of You is coming. It seems like Jessica and Ariana Grande has came out of that moment appearing different on the other side. So that's exactly why I've been inspired to read on Jessica Simpson. So all right, Jessica. Oh, sorry. All right, that was a lot of cards that came out. So just so that they get shuffled back in there. All right, Jessica. How's it coming with your album? How you feeling coming back to music? Okay. How does she feel returning back to music and reviving her music career? Okay, I like that. Four of Pentacles. I like that. Hopeful. Great. She's on a foundation. Let's see what's at her foundation. The Fool. I like that. The Fool as a foundation. I could see that because that's exactly the kind of path and era that she's in this present moment. In the past, we have the Eight of Pentacles. I like that. Working on your craft, working hard for this very moment and day and time that we are living in. And then we have the Four of Cups. Okay. She really, I don't want to say was a perfectionist when it came to this album, but she definitely wasn't going to accept just anything and was really specific. I don't want to say picky, maybe even a bit anal about how she wanted this album to be crafted. And that could have just been with herself and not with her team, because this is something more monumentous and special to her that she just doesn't want it to just be anything. Um, okay, we have the Hierophant. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to keep that upside down or not. But the Hierophant in the future is quite interesting because I'm looking mostly on her career. I'm going to have to look at this as a commitment or trying to conform to an industry or conform to her own standards and pave her own way in the industry. We'll have to figure that out. So let's see what these outside influences are. Oh, sorry, guys. My ears are getting stuffed right now. Oh, okay. Well, interesting. We have one, two, three cups. And then we have one, two, three pentacles. Four, if I want to include the devil, but we're moving past that. So well, actually, you know what? I will say one thing with Jessica Simpson is that every step along the way has been monumentous in its own way. First, in the past, because I'm just going to be looking at the major arcana cards, because that just paints a beautiful picture, honestly, right before I dive deep into the other cards. But first, we have in the past, the devil. That was the foundation. That was something that she had to get over. The devil could be like her own demons and negative energy that was like inside of herself, the things that kept her back, things that kept her from doing music and doing what fully truly fulfilled her. And now she has kind of came full circle with this full card. Now she was returning back to something that she once left. Now, why she left the music industry, I'm not quite sure. I didn't actually deep dive into that one. That's a really good question now that I think about it. Why did she leave the music industry? If you know, please leave your comments down below. However, she is now returning back, and kind of like the fool, she is ready to embark on this new journey. And then we see here in the future, as she embarks on this new journey, she meets the Hierophant, all about conformity, all about making not spiritual contracts, but contracts in the sense of coming together in a sense of a union, a harmony. So that's exactly what I'm seeing when it comes to her releasing her album in the future, because it's coming. So that the future. So before, we're going to look at the past as before the VMAs, the present moment as after the VMAs, and then the future when the album gets released. That's the time frames that I'm looking at. However far into the future that is, and truly how far back the VMAs is, because this could be some pre stuff that she was working up to when it came to the VMAs, thinking about her craft, how she's going to return back to the stage. She's been doing work on herself, both inwardly and physically, but she has been working on herself, been working on strengthening herself, a bond with herself, because she had to once overcome this devil, that whether that's deception and lies and illusions of herself. She overcame that. And then we here have the Mother of Wands, or the Queen of Wands, somebody who's usually defensive, somebody who is usually headstrong and is not, maybe no, because you can't walk all over a snake. A snake's not going to allow you to walk all over them. But snakes can be deceptive in the sense that they allow you to think that you have some control over them, but in reality they are allowing you to have this sense of control because it's going to benefit them later down the line when they need to pull that rug from underneath you. That's the kind of vibe and energy that I'm getting. Not saying that Jessica's a snake, but how it's coming to her career and how she has had to tackle and manage whatever these forces were that was keeping her from coming back to music, because apparently it's something that she has truly loved, always loved, is her coping mechanism, something that brings her joy, something that she is able to explore and find herself in. So for that, it's just like, well, why did you stop? What kept you? And if it's all about the self, maybe the outward images too, and the way people were judging, comparing all those different things. You know how it is, especially back in the early 2000s. Whew. Pray prayers going up to those early 2000 celebrities because y'all really had it hard out there at the beginning of the internet. So yeah, so because of that, now that it's no longer new, now that it's no longer a time of period of awkwardness, because she also grew up at a time when she was maybe in her most vulnerable or impressionable ages. So because of that, the secondhand influences could have gotten to her, life could have gotten to her, husband, kid, career goes to wayside. The balancing, the juggling game becomes hard, but now she has cultivated a new sense of foundation and identity within herself that she feels confident to come back to the stage, to face millions and thousands of people, and know that she is strong, know that she is comfortable within her skin, to know that whatever she releases, it's no longer to please a record label, it's no longer to please the industry, it's to simply please Jessica Simpson. Heck, it's not even to please the fans. But if the fans enjoy it, she's glad you enjoy it. But this is truly for her. This is something that she wants to do for herself. And she hopes that the fans out there even gain new fans and new audiences by doing something new, by trying something different, by being experimental, which is all about that full energy as well. So to be experimental, you have to A, know what you want enough to know that if you stray too far, you can always come back home. But if you straggle out too far and you don't know your way back home because you're still trying to find it, then you're gonna get lost in the sauce. And that's not what I'm seeing here of Jessica Simpson. Because of that, that now when it comes to now that she's older, more mature, she is able to steer her career in the way that she wants. Like she said, she's not a part of her is she a part of yeah, no, I don't think she's a part of a record label. So she's self-produced. She's basically an indie artist. Jessica Simpson is now an indie artist. So because of that, that is a monumentous feat on its own. To be your own producer, to be your own manager, to be your own talent manager, to be your own booking agent and assistant. I mean, she might have an assistant, but you know what I mean. To do all that, to kind of be like a one-man show, basically. Of course, she has people there helping around her. I've seen the trailer for the Nashville Canyon, but just saying everything is on Jessica's shoulders. And when that's something that she hasn't done before, when it's come to her music career, A, it's new, but B, it gives her a whole lot of creative freedom and makes her feel liberated in the sense. So because of that, yes, she's not just going to put out anything. She's just not going to do the same old Jessica, because that's not who she is. She wants to explore her vocal range, what she has to offer. What can Jessica Simpson do? And that's what she's exploring through her music. And I love that for her. And that's exactly what we see here talking about that conformity. Now it makes a whole lot of sense. She's conforming and creating her own standards when it comes to this music industry. No longer is she conforming for the man. No, she's conforming for Jessica Simpson. She's doing what she wants and desires. And when you're a young artist or a young person in the industry, you honestly really don't get that. It's what the industry tells you what to do. And if you get some freedom, well, great for you. You sign to a good company. But 8 times out of 10, that's not the way the story goes. So usually if they ever do choose to return back to music or whatever they did later in their life when they're way more mature, understand the game, the business, the way things go, they have more say. They have a more understanding of, I'm not going to sign this, I'm not going to do that, wait, hold up, let me get my lawyer to check this. So because of that, it's not, I'm just going to sign my name to anything because I'm eager and desperate. It's, do you align with my values, and are you going to value me as an artist? And if you're not, that's okay. I've established my own kind of business and fame and notoriety that I can back my own self if you don't want to back what I got. So that's exactly the attitude that Jessica Simpson has taken. And honestly, girl, I've been on TikTok too much, but honestly, girl, yes, that's the way you do it. You grab the industry by their genitalia and own them. So because of that, we see here that Jessica Simpson has way more to offer, and that what she's giving us is just the tip of the iceberg. So before, I can't wait to see what she's going to offer us. Honestly, I really can't. I really can't wait to see what she's going to offer us, because we see that this is when this album gets released, like when it finally gets released, not this pre-release rollout that she's giving us, but when the album finally comes to the shelves. Wow, that was really outdated. When it finally comes to our phones and we listen to it, she's going to feel a sense of rejuvenation, feeling reunited, with her fans, but with herself. That, because the Two of Cups, yes, usually symbolizes a relationship and coming together with somebody. Usually twos symbolize a coming together with anybody, period. But because it's cups, it usually represents love. And because I'm talking about her career, the only thing that would make sense in this case is the love that she has with her fans. But the two of cups, or the twos of anything, could be a coming together and wholeness within yourself. Two and two makes one individual, and you're that. So because of that, she's feeling whole. When this album comes out, like I said, she's got tricks up her sleeve, she's got more to offer us. And when it finally comes out, she's going to feel satisfied. She's going to feel as though she has finally created something that's Jessica, and that's going to keep her feeling satisfied and full for quite a bit. It's going to be like a natural high of life, the high that you get for finally having all your hard work finally come to life and seeing people enjoy it, seeing the positive reinforcements come from the benefit. It's like what it's literally the Eight of Pentacles energy. It's in this past, but like I said, in the past, all the work and time and effort that she has finally put into herself and everything around her and her album, for her now to be doing all this. I mean, she's been doing it throughout the years, but to talk about it at an award show, and I don't think she's been at an award show for in quite a bit, because she's been out of the limelight. So she's slowly making a return. She's slowly peeling back those sheds. That's another layer of having to work. So all this work, all this change, all this effort that's going into the Jessica Simpson brand is coming full circle, and we're going to finally see that hard work shine bright like a diamond. So let's see what the outcome card is for Jessica Simpson and her career. Not her career, just this album, Nashville Canyon. How does Jessica feel? Okay. We have resistance. I think I finally found a new card. I think I finally found. I think I finally found the new card, Mama Crone. Okay, we have the Fool. Okay, the Fool is really emphasized here, and we have stressed. Which are we surprised? No. So here, what we see is there was some resistance. Now, here, resistance says refusal, an argument, an opposition, or a force against. However, the way I see it, as I was saying before, there was something that has been keeping Jessica away from music, and she has had to overcome those challenges in order to get this album in production, actually just to get to this moment period for an album to be in works. And even now, I'm not saying that she is finding ways to not put this music out, but it's a resistance. The It's just the growing pains. That's the best way I could put it. The growing pains of coming back to the industry. It's stressful. It makes you feel like a fool, like you're a fish out of water. So that too can give some resistance, some pushback. It's not easy as you thought, or you could, like I was saying, she's not just going to accept anything, not exactly a perfectionist, but really wanting to put the best foot forward and make it enjoyable and worth the while. So that way, all that hard work, all that 15 years of being behind closed doors, that when this album finally comes out, it was worth the wait for the Jessica Simpson return. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this reading on Jessica Simpson. I sure did. It seems good, really positive, really great vibes. I really enjoyed this reading on her. It was actually exactly as I was hoping it would be, just based off of what I was getting from her music. It really feels as though something is done right. And as I've been saying, if you haven't checked out my VMAs recap, go check that out. And if you're into Ariana Grande, go check that out as well. Please subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. It would really mean a lot to this channel, because I am going to be talking about Britney Spears shortly after. So I'm going to just be simply talking about her, not doing a reading. But if you want to hear what I have to say about Britney Spears, please subscribe so you can look forward to that type of content. Leave your comments down below. How did you enjoy this reading? How do you feel about Jessica Simpson? Are you excited for her to make her big, great, grand debut after 15 years, her return? Are you excited? I sure am. So with that being said, I will see you sunflowers in the next one. Please give this video a thumbs up and leave your comments down below and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Sunflowers.